Hi Witches and Warlocks, it's me Mikey, nice to see you again, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about Book of Shadows, and in fact this is actually going to be the start of a tutorial that shows you how I'm going to make my Book of Shadows from the start to the end, and what you're going to need if you want to join me in making your own Book of Shadows. Now I quite like the idea of making my own Book of Shadows purely because I find it nicer to know that every step of the way was my work, my hard work went into it, so it feels more like my book. And that doesn't mean that you can't go out and buy a Book of Shadows. I mean, you can get cheap Books of Shadows at any shop now. You can go and get yourself a folder or a binder, or you can take a book and make it your own, and you can just fill a binder with loads of pages and print them off. It's up to you how you want to do it, however you feel comfortable. No Book of Shadows are the same, so each to their own. Whatever you'd like to do, you do it. I'm just giving you my insight of how I want my Book of Shadows to be, and I just feel nice knowing that I've made it myself. So if you want to, this is your chance to. So this is the stuff you're going to need. So I'm going to show you all the stuff I bought today that I'm going to use to make my Book of Shadows. And if you want to follow this tutorial, then this first one will show you what you need to get, what you need to buy to follow my steps one by one. So the first thing you're going to need, if you want to be doing a Book of Shadows, is PVA glue. You're going to need a lot of PVA glue, not necessarily this amount. You probably won't use half of this, but I got a big bottle because it's what I could find. It was cheap. It was originally $5.99. I got it for $2.49. If you're in the UK, I got this from B&M. However, I did find a bottle not as big as this, but similar size in the pound shop. So you could probably get it from the pound shop as well. Or if you're from America, Dollar Tree probably will do this. PVA glue, good stuff, or school glue, whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it in America. We call it PVA. As well as that, you're going to need something to apply the PVA glue with. So I got these from B&M. I got these actually a while ago. They were a set of brushes and sponges that you can use to spread the PVA glue on your book. So you're going to need some of that. I got these from B&M. They cost me $1.99. Again, I did see some today in the pound shop. So if you wanted to get the cheaper ones, £1, I'm sure Dollar Tree does them as well, especially now, back to school. Kids going back to school in the UK, so everything's really cheap. The next thing you're going to need are these. Now, I've got these ones. They're not the screws I'm actually going to be using. I've actually ordered some on Amazon. Amazon. I ordered some today, or maybe, eBay. I got some on eBay today because these aren't big enough and they're not the type I wanted, but they are very similar to what I'm going to use. So these are called binding screws, and basically they're going to be used to bind your book together. So what you can do is you can unscrew this, and like so. It's quite long, and then basically we're going to put our pages on here. Well, this won't be the one I'm using because this one's just a screw, and the other one I'm going to use is actually a bar, but I couldn't find binding screws like the ones I wanted in the shop I went to, into the DIY shop. You might be able to find binding screws in a DIY shop. I found these, but I've ordered some on Amazon. No, eBay. Keep getting them wrong. eBay. Get them from eBay. It cost me nothing really. I think they cost me about, I got the big bundle of them because they were next day delivery, and they were £10 English money. However, there were other ones you could get that were like £2. a bag for £2, but they were going to take near on a month to arrive, so I weren't going to tempt them being a month before delivery, so I wanted to do this pretty much soon. So I've ordered some, and they're going to be here tomorrow morning, or tomorrow day, and then I can start my book. So far, PVA glue, brushes, and binding screws. Now what you're going to need, you're going to need some paper, just the one bit of paper will be fine. Okay, so just a piece of A4 paper, because I'm making my book A4, but you will need that later on. So just a piece of paper, or not card, but you need it to be flimsy, but you know, somewhere in between is fine, or just a normal piece of paper. You'll need, now it's up to you. I found this in my local shop, which is B&M if you're in England. I couldn't find it in the power shop. I could find some stuff that was similar, but they were smaller. They were little squares. I suppose if you wanted to take the time and do it, you could do, but I'm using these for my end papers. So they're full of different designs. You can get these from craft shops. They're just paper, card type things with different designs on them. I haven't decided what one I'm going to use yet, but there's tons of different designs. And I thought, I'm not going to waste it, because when I actually do my Book of Shadows, I'm going to use some of this stuff to put into my book, so I can use it as scrap to make background collages in my book, just for a little bit of difference. So I got this from B&M, £2.99. Again, weren't expecting to find this at all. I was looking everywhere for it, but they're going to be my end pages. Now these are obviously huge and a lot bigger than what I need, so I only need A4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down to fit. So there's going to be, one of these is going to be my end pages, so which are going to back onto the book. So I also bought today some of these picture frames. However, this is going to surprise some of you, I guess. I found that you could either go to a DIY shop and ask them to cut down some MDF, or some like board, as in like a, what's the word I'm looking for? So like just a wood chip thing, or just a board of some sort. Well, the nearest DIY place to me is quite far, and I didn't want to venture all that far, and I was thinking to myself, what could I use? And I was thinking maybe I could use a clipboard and take off the metal clip and just use the board. And then I thought to myself, do you know what? I swear that when you get a picture frame, it comes with a strong wood, or, you know, backing thing. So wood backing. So that's what I got. So I got two of these, which are exactly A4 size, which is perfect. So what I'm going to do is take off the board from the back, because it just pops out. It's a wooden MDF type board, quite sturdy. And I got two, so they're going to be, when I pop them out, they're going to be my back and my front of my book. Oh yes, there you go. So picture frames, A4 picture frames, the wood from the back, take them out, perfect for the front and back of your book. They're nice and sturdy. We're going to cover them anyway. So the next thing you're going to need for your book is some of this. So I've got haberdashery. I do believe that's called a haberdashery. It's basically where you buy curtains, net curtains, material for making clothes and all that sort of stuff, and tablecloths and all that sort of stuff. I think you call it haberdashery. Don't quote me on that, because I think it might be right and I may not be. So please don't comment and say I'm an idiot, because I probably am. But this is what I call pleather, which is fake leather, plastic leather. And it's a nice little sturdy stuff. I got mine in black because I want my book to be black. If you want to, I found it in brown, I found it in blue, it was actually a nice blue actually. I was considering maybe going blue, but I like the black. So you can get, I found black, green, brown, yellow, I found white, yeah, there was quite a few different colours of leather. And now this is a lot because I'm not good with measurement, and when the guy said how much do you need, I thought I'll get quite a big bit, because if I make mistakes then I've got a lot to play with. So I got about a metre, I think it was, yeah, about a metre's worth. I think it was a metre, I don't entirely know, but you'll need it because it's going to be the cover of your book of shadows. So you go whatever colour you want. It was actually not that bad. This cost me about £8. Not bad. So you're going to need something to cover your book with. I mean, if you want to go pure leather and go expensive, then go right ahead. But I don't believe in killing poor defenseless animals for a book of shadows. So I went with fake. But it's up to you. I am a vegetarian, so I don't use leather. Next, we got I got some ribbon. So I got some ribbon because I obviously need some bookmarks for my book of shadows, and I got 5 bits because I wanted to represent all the elements. So I got blue for water, obviously, red for fire, green for earth. I know brown would usually be earth, but I went green purely because it just reminds me of earth. I went white or spirit, and a baby blue for air. I don't know why, and a lot of the time I think they usually use yellow for air. At least that's what one of my candles is that I got. However, I looked at this and instantly thought air. I don't know why, but I did. So I got 5 ribbons. You don't have to have 5 ribbons. Some people go for 3, some people go for 2. I went for 5 purely because I wanted to represent the elements. So that's just me. Totally up to you if that's what you want to do. Next thing you're going to need is glue. So this is a stronger glue. This is super glue, or yeah, we call it super glue. I mean, it's up to you. I think there's Gorilla Glue in America. I think there's types. So basically, it's super glue. It's going to stick hard and fast. It's going to basically get all the little bits of the book that we need to stick down and get it nice and solid that we need. So I got in total 1, 2, and I believe I got a third. Yes, I did. So I got 3 of those. So 3 super glue. You're gonna go through a lot, trust me, you will. So if you can, again, I got my super glue from the pound shop. £1 cost me. So total £3, where if I'd bought Gorilla Glue or super glue of a name brand, it would have cost me 5-6 quid. I got 3 for £3. Not bad. So I'm sure you'll be able to grab some of this from the dollar store if you're in America. Get this from the pound shop. Does exactly the same thing. Trust me, it does work and it's good stuff. I got a pack of pens. Again, these cost me £1 for 6 pens. Gel pens, silver and gold. Now, you're asking why silver and gold? Because I have a black I have black pleather to go across bind my book, and a pencil won't come up. So when you have to cut it later on, you'll need some of these. So if you go to the pound shop, they're doing them back to school at the moment. You get 3. And the cool thing is that when I do my page in my Book of Shadows for the God and Goddess, you've got silver and gold to represent both. So the silver obviously representing the goddess, because she's the goddess I work with is obviously the moon goddess. So moon silver, perfect. And gold represents the god. So perfect. £1 for 6. Not bad at all. The next thing. Now you don't necessarily need this. But I got it just because when you bind your book, there's going to be a time when your book is held together by the paper that I said earlier to get. Now just for extra protection, that it doesn't split, doesn't rip, just for that little bit of extra, I got some of this, which is masking tape. Or some masking tape we call it. It's not electrical tape, it's a bit more easy to rip and a little bit, it's like not parcel tape, but very similar. So don't know if you have it in America, but we call it masking tape, and I got 4 in this pack for £1 from the pound shop. Again, pound shop, amazing, love the pound shop. And then last but not least, greaseproof paper. Now you don't have to get greaseproof paper, you can get foil, you can get whatever, but I was going to get some, what's the word I'm looking for, paper towel, kitchen towel, whatever you call, because they're quite big, but they weren't big enough, because you need the tube from the inside, you see. Now I'm not entirely sure if this tube's going to be big enough when I open it up. I don't know. However, it is definitely long enough. So because I'm going to need it to be A4. So when I open it up, flatten it out, hopefully it will be big enough. However, I have got some of this already. I've actually got tin foil in my drawer and some cling film as well. So I don't say we waste this, because I'm going to use this greaseproof paper for cooking, and also I can use it to cut up and put in my book as well to add some texture. So I will be unraveling all of this and put it in my drawer. I won't waste it. It will be used, trust me. I just need the tube inside. So that's going to be the spine of your book. There is one other thing that you will need as well, which I do have down here. There we go. Which again, I got 3 of these for £1 from the pound shop. You can get them anywhere that sells back to school stuff, arts and crafts. But I got mine from the pound shop, and I got 3 lots. I got green and natural, and it's all natural fibres, and you will need this to make the binding section. So I will show you this, but you do need some string. I got natural string, it's really nice. I also used this on my wand when I made my wand as well, but I will show you my wand and everything else later on. So you will need string as well. So that's what you will need for your book, to make your book. Oh, and also one last thing, a ruler. So, or rule, in America, I don't know, but a ruler, school ruler, perfect at the moment because all the kids are going back to school, so they are everywhere. And this cost me £1 from the pound shop. You can get them from Dollar Tree, I'm sure. And this one is a flexi ruler, which is perfect flexes however much you like. And I weren't intending to get a flexi ruler, it was just a bonus. Now this will come in handy, a flexi ruler, because you will be using it to bend around something to measure it, which helps. And it also is played flat. So £1 for a ruler. Now this is 30 centimeters school ruler. We all know them from back in the day. However, you don't need a 30 centimeter one. If you've got a small one, don't go and buy another one. Use any ruler you want, because we will be measuring some bits of our book. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, witches and warlocks. Now, I did say that's my book haul. That's all the stuff you need to make your book. But as a bonus, I'm going to tell you some other things I bought today. So, candles. These are tea lights, and $2.99 B&M, and it's 80 in there. 80 candles. And I have so many things that take tea lights. Again, as I said in my other videos, in my witch casket unboxing, that if you don't have any other candles available to you, if you get white ones, they represent every colour of candle. So they're just perfect. They're like the candle equivalent of quartz. Quartz, again, can be used for anything in your magic. So can white candles. So $2.99. You can also buy them from the pound shop. You don't get as many. But 80, can't go wrong. $2.99, £3. I also bought some books. I bought this one, which is really, really cool. It's by Harmony Nice. She's on YouTube. Can't wait to read that. Perfect. I will have a little read and then we'll talk about it. Because I am going to do a book haul with all my books. I've got tons. As you can see just over here by my little shelf. They're the ones I've just got with me here. But I have actually got box loads at home in my mum and dad's house. Which I am going to go down and get very shortly. So I will do a big book haul. I have tons of books, because what I want to do is grab my first ever book that I ever bought to show you in my book haul as well. So I will do a book haul and show you all the books that I read growing up on my path of being a pagan. And I also got this one, which is called The Witch's Journal. And I flicked through this in the shop. I got this in The Works, and it cost me a £5. It was $16.99 originally. The Works. So they only had one in, and it was the last one. So, but it's really, really good. It's got everything you need in there, and it's basically laid out really simple and easy to read, which is perfect for me because I hate reading long paragraphs of non-stop writing when you can just have the picture version with a couple of little things that tell you exactly what it's for. So I'm going to enjoy reading that one. But I've got some great books. But yeah, the other book I got, the Harmony Nice book. She's such a lovely girl. From what I can see, she's been through a lot, bless her. You can watch her YouTube channel. She's amazing. She's a very local witch to me. She's in Norwich and I'm just down the road. I say just down the road, about 45 minutes down the road from Norwich. But she's a Norwich-based witch, which is amazing because it's nice that she's close by. So one day, who knows, I might bump into her. But I watch her YouTube channel. She's very nice, and this book looks amazing, by the way. So that's what else I've got. And I think that was everything. Yep, that is all of my haul. I went American then. So yeah, that was my haul, and also what you will need for your Book of Shadows. So if you want to follow me along the lines of your Book of Shadows and make it from scratch, you can follow me and I'll show you step by step. So you can go out, buy everything you need, take your time, and the next time you see my next video will be the next stage of my Book of Shadows, which will be starting it from scratch. So thank you very much for watching my Book of Shadows tutorial number 1, and also my tiny little haul. There will be more hauls coming your way. I am going to go through my entire collection of stuff I have, I have a little box of goodies that I've collected over the years and things that I use. So I will show you my little box of goodies, and also my drawers that I store all my stuff in. And also I will be doing an altar tour as well, because my altar's set up now, and I'm going to show you my tools, my magical tools, and we're going to talk about them and learn about them as I go. So as I'm learning, you're learning it, hopefully, as well. So if you're new to witchcraft, this is going to be an opportunity for you to learn alongside me about all this sorts of stuff, because I'm going to go over all this stuff. I mean, I have been training in this for many years, reading lots and lots of books, so I do know quite a lot of stuff. I just thought it'd be nice to go back to ground zero and start again and do some more learning and help you guys on your journey. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now on this little video, but this is number 1. Watch out for video number 2 when we start our Book of Shadows. So for me, Mikey, remember, be you, do you, and blessed be.